So when should an author start promoting their book? Should they wait till they're done and they're waiting for a publisher? Or at what point in the stage should they start the promotion?
Well, ideally, you want to start developing an online presence before you even sell your book. Publishers and agents like to see in the query letter when you're sending them your first query saying, do you want to read my manuscript? They want to see evidence that you are starting to develop an online platform. And that means a blog, it could be a website, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but they want to see that you're out there. And I have heard a lot of stories, especially in the middle grade young adult market, where authors have blogs that are so entertaining that editors and agents find them through their blog and they say, do you have any work that you can submit to me because I think you're a great writer? So getting out there in that way is really important. And they like to see that you're comfortable with promoting yourself, because that is always a big plus when they're considering buying your book.
And what's the difference between publicity and marketing?
Well, traditionally, publicity was always free. So it was getting articles written about you in the newspaper, getting interviewed on the radio, things like that. Marketing you paid for, so it was taking out ads in magazines and newspapers, creating posters, bookmarks, that sort of thing. Nowadays, the terms are almost interchangeable because more and more authors and publishers are going toward the free stuff, online marketing, publicity, doing blog tours with book bloggers as opposed to going out on the road and doing a traditional book tour. So the two terms have kind of become interchangeable at this point.
Okay. So I get asked this question a lot. Is it harder to break into the children's writing market than it is the adult market?
I think that in a lot of ways it is, simply because there are so many people who think that they can write for children because they think it's easy. And the urgency from the publishers to publish a book today is not the same in the children's market as it is in the adult market. Most children's books are much more timeless. They're not tied in with a current event or a celebrity as much as an adult book might be. So the children's publishers say, we could publish this book 4 years from now as opposed to 2 years from now. They're just a little slower in the whole turnaround. So in that respect, getting your work out there quickly is a little harder in the children's market than the adult market. I also think that the standards in general for writing are higher for children's books, which is great. It's a good thing.
Right.
But because of that, editors are pickier. And so, again, getting back to that step one, craft, that's another reason why it is so important.
So any final words of advice to those dreaming about writing a children's book?
Well, I think that across the board, the qualities of successful authors, one, a willingness to learn, two, a passion for what you do. It is not a quick journey. It is a longer process, and you have to love it. You have to love the whole process of writing, revising, researching the market, reading books that are out there already. That all has to really excite you so you'll stick with it. Persistence is very, very important as well. And again, passion for what you're doing. So I think if you have those qualities, you will become successful. I have seen authors who are incredibly talented, but who give up after one manuscript because they don't want to keep pushing and keep working at it. And I've seen other authors who start out okay, but not great. And over the years, I have critiqued their work over and over and over, and they've improved with each manuscript because they've stuck with it. And they're the ones who end up getting published and becoming successful.
That's inspirational to be able to stick in there and work at your craft. And I think, in any business, whether you're a writer or, whatever it is that you're doing, if you stick in there and keep working at it day in and day out, eventually you'll get to where you're going.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. 90% of success is showing up. So
absolutely.
just sticking with it.
Absolutely. So we have covered a lot today, and you guys just have a site and a membership site that's jam-packed full of stuff. I mean, critique groups and your active forum and your monthly newsletter, and which also includes different writing opportunities that writers can jump in on. That your expert guides that you've just added, and everything else. So, how much does it cost to be a member of the site?
If you pay by the month, it's $4.49 a month, or you can buy a year in advance, and that's $42.95. So that ends up being like about $3.60 a month or so. So it's a very reasonable rate, and we're going to start doing webinars down the road, which we will be charging for, but our members will get a break on those prices as opposed to just the non-members.
Right.
So there's a lot of benefits to being a member beyond just the content that we have right now.
Right. Wow, I can't believe that. I thought you were going to say it was like, $50 a month or something. That's great. And that you guys can keep it, because especially aspiring authors are, I'm sure a lot of their funds are very tight. So
yes.
That is fantastic to know.
Yeah, we wanted to make it affordable for the struggling author.
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. And you are generously giving away a copy of the ebook Writing for Children 2012. That features some hugely successful children's authors talking about the trends impacting children's writers today and those kind of things. So I want to make sure everybody clicks on the link below that we're going to post to check it out and download their free copy.
Yes. Well,
Great.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been fun.
Great. Thank you.